What's up, Soul Fam and everyone out there in the world? This is Untitled Chapter, and this is going to be a general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars for the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. Now, before I get started with the reading, I do want to say that I hope all was well for y'all during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, and I hope all will be well for y'all during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius as we proceed forward during these times. Now, get into the reading. Let's first talk about what the Sun represents and what it represents being in Sagittarius. So the Sun is, of course, our actions, our viewpoints, how we see the world around us, as well as correlates to our wants, and it is going to be in the energies of Sagittarius, which is beautiful, mutable fire, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius was born out of the 9th house of higher education, higher knowledge, wisdom, spirituality, faith, and long-distance travel, both externally and internally. So, with that being said, you Aries are cardinal fire, which is initiating and creating new ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Aries itself was born out of the 1st house of personal interests, personal affairs, personal insecurities, and the personal people, places, and things in your life. Now, for Sagittarius is a fire sign and Aries is a fire sign. So Aries sons, you're going to have this gift to be more mutable when it comes to initiating new ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Aries moon, this is what you're going to be attracting. You're going to be attracting others that are having this gift to be more mutable when it comes to initiating new ways of seeing and feeling emotions towards you. So, with that being said, let's move on to the reading. I'm going to shuffle the Universal Tarot deck a few more times, and then pull 9 cards plus an overall from the Universal Tarot deck, and then move on to the Waite deck for clarifications, and then move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So, with that being said, let me shuffle the Universal Tarot deck 2 more times. That was 1, and this is 2, and we will lay down the cards. Let's see what you guys got going on for the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. So, the overall energies of the reading are the 2 of Cups. Well, is the 2 of Cups. So the 2 of Cups is talking about a new relationship, a new energy with an existing relationship, or you listening to your higher self. So you very well could have this new energy with, or a new relationship or new energy with an existing relationship, like I said, or you carrying out things by listening to your higher self. Now, with your first card for Universal Tarot deck that you get is the Lover's card, which is Gemini energy. So you could deal with a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or have Gemini in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. So, with that being said, the Lovers is talking about a soulmate or a twin flame connection, or you, again, listening to your higher self. I feel like there is definitely a relationship of some sort, or you calling yourself to go after something through your higher self during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius, with the Lover's card coming right after the 2 of Cups being the overall. Now, with your second card for Universal Tarot deck that you get is the 9 of Swords. So the 9 of Swords is talking about you having worry and anxiety, alright? So, do your best to not let these negative thoughts that is being influenced to you and giving you anxiety and worry to cause you any grief or anxiety or worry. Instead, create positive thoughts and feelings when it comes to these negative thoughts, so you can rise above these negative thoughts and move forward through these times more sufficiently. Now, with your third card for Universal Tarot deck that you get is the 9 of Cups. So the 9 of Cups is you being emotionally independent and sufficient during these times. You have everything that you need in the emotional world, but you may not have everything that you want. But you also or this is also a card of fertility. So if you're not trying or wanting to get pregnant or wanting to get anybody else pregnant, do the necessary means to prevent that from happening, because this is a card of fertility. Now, your fourth card for Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is you planning. You've been in a planning stage and you're about ready to take action, if not already all taken action on what you have planned. Alright, with the Three of Three of Wands appearing. Now with your fourth card for the Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the Magician card, which is Virgo energy. So you could deal with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or have Virgo in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are manifesting and in manifestation mode during these times. Right? So continue to do whatever it is that you're doing, because you are manifesting from it. Now your sixth card for Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the World card, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, a Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars. Mars. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars. And you may have one of these energies in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. But there is a karmic cycle that is being completed. So the World card showing up is very good. Just got to watch out for this anxiety and worry that we see here from the Nine of Swords. But going back to the World card, there is a completion of some sort that you have completed for yourself, dealing with the karmic cycle. So that is really, really good to see. Now with your seventh card for Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the King of Cups. So this is you being emotionally grounded, emotionally balanced. You have to keep in mind that the King of Cups does not become the King of Cups without first going through hard experiences. So I feel like you have gone through hard experiences in your life, and you've learned to build that emotional grounding system for yourself, and to be emotionally grounded during those times. But right now you're using those times that you've gained of learning how to be emotionally grounded to be emotionally grounded during these times, with the King of Cups showing up. Now with the eighth card for Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles is used moving slow, methodical, and practical towards what you want and desire. I feel like you don't want to make mistakes, but you also must watch out for procrastination. Don't be scared. That might be where this Nine of Swords energy is coming from, because you might be scared of making mistakes. But keep in mind that we do see you here manifesting. Right? You are manifesting during these times. So don't let this anxiety and fear cause you to procrastinate because of possible mistakes that you're going to make. Make the mistakes, learn from them, and extract the wisdom if you do make mistakes, and that is the most sufficient and efficient way to move forward during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now your last card, but definitely not least, from the Universal Culture Tarot deck that you get is the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is a burden with new emotions towards a person, place, or thing. Maybe something you're working on, or it's something to deal with, it's something that you're emotionally connected with. And you're giving birth to these new emotions during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now, let's move on to clarifications. First, let's summarize as I shuffle this deck. Now, overall, is the Two of Cups. So you're dealing with a new relationship, a new energy with an existing relationship, or you listening to your higher self. With the Lovers card, again, you're dealing with this twin flame or soulmate, or listening to our higher self during these times. With the Nine of Swords here, you are dealing with some anxiety or worry. Keep in mind to transmute that and create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings to transmute these negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Moving to the Nine of Cups, you are emotionally independent and sufficient during these times. Just keep in mind that this is called a fertility, so do the necessary means to not be pregnant or get anybody else pregnant if that is not what you want. So, moving on to the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is you are at the end of that planning stage, or have already taken action towards after what you want and desire during these times. With the Magician card, you are in manifestation mode, and you are manifesting from whatever it is that you're doing. With the World card, there is a karmic completion that you are completing during this time. So that, again, is very, very good to see. With the King of Cups, you are being emotionally grounded throughout whatever it is that you're going through, possibly dealing with this Nine of Swords energy. With the Knights of Pentacles, you are moving in a practical, methodical, and slow way towards what you want and desire, but do not be afraid of making mistakes, and as well as watch out for procrastination. And your last card, but definitely not least, being the Ace of Cups, is this birthing of a new emotion towards someone or something. Now, let's clarify, starting off with the Two of Cups in the overall position. So the Two of Cups in overall position is clarified by the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is being emotionally independent and sufficient for yourself in the emotional world, having everything that you need in the emotional world as well. There is two Knight of Cups being here, so you're very emotionally independent during this time, as well as having everything that you need in the emotional world. But with the Nine of Cups clarifying the Two of Cups, whatever this is, be it a new relationship, a new energy with an existing relationship, or you listening to yourself, it is helping you be causing you to be emotionally independent during these times. Now with the Lovers card is clarified by the Fool card, which is your energy, so you are standing in your power. So you could be dealing with a fellow Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Aries in some other placement other than your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars. And so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun, just as in the sign of Sagittarius. But you are stepping into a new beginning, a new chapter of your life when it comes to the soulmate or twin flame connection, or you listening to a higher self. Now with the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is you doing your best to adapt and yourself to the circumstance or situation that you're in. Just watch out for communication. Due to anxiety or fear, you may miscommunicate and say something that you regret later on. So be careful of doing so. Don't let that cardinal energy, that fire build up to make yourself explode and say something that you may regret later. Now with the Nine of Cups is clarified by the Five of Cups, which is you focusing on what is no longer there instead of focusing on what you do have in your life. So turn this man around, symbolically speaking. Turn your thoughts around and focus on what you do have in your life. But with the Five of Cups clarifying the Nine of Cups, I feel like even though you're in this state of looking back, you are emotionally independent moving forward during the second half of the Sun, just in sign of Sagittarius. Now with the Three of Wands is clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. So you are working very hard on something, as well as mastering your craft, and you're taking action on it with the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Three of Wands. Now with the Magician card is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. So whatever you're holding on to tightly, it is helping you manifest. So this is something that I feel like you should hold on to, since it is clarifying the Magician card of the manifestation card. Now with the World card is clarified by the Star card, which is Aquarius energy. So you could be dealing with Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, or have Aquarius in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun, just in the sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you're being optimistic and focusing on healing, and that is what you're completing as far as this karmic cycle moving forward during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. So keep focusing on healing and keep focusing on being optimistic during these times. Now with the King of Cups is clarified by the Sun card, which is Leo energy. So you can deal with the Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or have Leo in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But overall, you are in a very happy place, which is helping you be emotionally grounded during these times. Now, and you have happiness all around you as well. Now with the Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the Magician card, which again is Virgo energy. So you could be dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury, or have Virgo in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. But you are manifesting during this time. by whatever it is that you're working on. Though you must watch out for procrastination so you don't block your manifestations that you got going on for yourself. Now with the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is clarified by the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is you dealing with choppy waters or unstable emotions, which may be causing you, well, influencing you to be a little bit introverted. Instead of letting those choppy waters or unstable emotions can affect you in a negative way, create higher perspectives and create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings so you can rise above these waters and really put energy into what you're emotionally connected to during these times. Now, let's move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. Your first card from Mother Moon to you through me is North Node, step out of your comfort zone. So step out of your comfort zone during this time. Alright? Don't let yourself hold you back. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid to stepping into uncomfortability. Because like Mother Moon wants you to be aware of, step out of your comfort zone during the second half of the sun transition sign of Sagittarius. Now your second card from Mother Moon to you through me is New Moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So it is time to take action during these times, which I can see with the Three of Wands, the Magician cards, which we have two Magician cards, the Fool card, the World card. I feel like you're already taking action, so I feel like this is a reminder to keep taking action on whatever it is that you got going on for yourself during the second half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. And your last card from Mother Moon to you through me, but definitely not least, is Decimated Moon. Take time to breathe out. So take the time to breathe out. You don't have to rush everything all at once, but don't let yourself procrastinate. But yes, take the time to breathe out and calm yourself. Check your breathing. Check if you're how you're breathing as well. And like Mother Moon wants you to be aware of, take time to breathe out during the second half of the sun transition in the sign of Sagittarius. And with that being said, that will be all for this general reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Mars. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity or aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole Soul family. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Y'all be blessed. Remember that you'll never be less. Y'all take care and peace.